Hi, dear viewers! Look what a nice realistic armor! Where does it come from? Well, realistic armors, of course, duh. It is my type of a mod for several reasons. Reason 1, it does exactly what it says on the box. It adds some armors, and they are realistic. There's quite a few of them, and they are very well done in terms of textures. Just look at the details on this thing. It's all, well, detailed. It has all the cracks and stuff, and it looks like it have seen some combat, which actually is quite funny because I just crafted it before I hit record. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's exactly what you would expect from Skyrim. Some clothes even look worn right off the Solitude Tailor, and some shields look battered straight from the forge. It just makes me wonder, are all Nords like barbarian snobs? Like, are they ashamed to show up to the battle in a shiny, clean armor? It has to look like they I'm a fighter, yes, my shield has seen a lot of battles, yes. Sven personally takes care to apply fake rust to my chainmail, yes. That's probably something like that happens in Skyrim. Anyway, the texture work in this mod is just superb. I haven't spent so much time looking at the items since 2011, when zooming and rotating items in your inventory was still like a fresh experience. Okay, next point. Point 2. These armors are well integrated into the world, but not in a way that could completely take away the fantasy feel of Skyrim and doesn't replace everything. They just replace a few low-tier armors like hide and leather. And the reason 3, well, nobody is cold now. These poor Nords running around glaciers with bare arms and exposed bellies. Just think about hide armor in vanilla. Who thought it's a good idea to go to battle in freezing cold with exposed stomach? Why? Nords are posers, aren't they? They are pretentious, but it is fixed now. There are, however, a few things in the mod that in a perfect world could be improved, of course. They don't take away from the overall quality or experience at all, but just to make this an actual review and not just plain praise, I think, for example, a non-replacement version would be a blast to have. I usually personally avoid armor replacements in favor of mods that give me an option to use new armors without taking away the vanilla looks. In this case, as the armors are also Nordic looking, the new textures blend with the rest of the world perfectly, so it's not really that much of a problem. I was actually quite surprised how much Skyrim needed some more realistic armors, or at least how well it fits with the rest of the style and the world. There's also a high quality retexture for iron weapons in the mod, and again, I think in a perfect world, if you are about to place weapons in an armor mod, it would be neat to have an option to keep the old ones. But the weapons actually look so good, it made me want to run around with just plain iron weapons for the entire game. Pity they don't have a smithing perk, do they? Everything should have a smithing perk. What were you doing, Todd? Yeah, because of course Todd Howard is personally responsible for every little bit of design, and he placed every object in the creation kit. He is magical, like unicorns. The lack of iron smithing perk is certainly not the fault of Realistic Armors mod, but if the kind mod author were to take it upon himself to address the issue, he could consider retexturing steel weapons as well. Presto, problem solved. Also, I am referring to the mod author as he. I'm quite sure I am offending someone somewhere on the planet. I therefore pronounce my utmost certainty in my belief that there is plenty of female Skyrim modders designing battered Nordic armors. This is something that is definitely happening for realsies for sure, and I thought believe it because 2020. Anyway, the mod adds a few armors. It's more than just retexture. It adds a few new ones, and the new armors range from simple gambazon to scaled steel armors, and they are all good. They all look very well. They look like something designed for Mountain Blade, for instance, with a lot of historical believability. I could raise a very minute complaint about the helmets being all quite alike, almost all of them having these Viking ocular guards. I understand why it is so. Maybe some more variety could be implemented in this regard. without betraying history. Anyway, with all that said, the mod is extremely good. Quite sure it's not for everybody, of course. Some people like to have more exposed stomachs in cold winter fantasy Norway rather than less, and who am I to judge them? For the normal people, though, realistic armors is an interesting proposition at least. As a bit of a nerd in history, I would recommend using it with something like common clothes and Byzantine Imperials. If at the moment of uploading I am not completely brain dead, there will be links to these mods too in the description. Although now that I think of it, the quality difference, the level of detail and the shine and patina and all these things, comparing realistic armors with Byzantine Imperials just exposes the weaknesses of the latter. I mean, I love Byzantine Imperials. It will stay in my load order forever, but this is a better mod. I'm sorry, it's just a better mod. What can I say? I just wish that some mod author who is quite obviously skilled with textures, who quite obviously likes historical designs and possibly has some time on his hands, that such a mod author, who may as well be a girl of course because it's current year, that such a mod author would look at Byzantine Imperials and rework them a little bit, so the late Romans get what they deserve. Anyway, that is basically all I wanted to say. Look it up, check out the mod, download it, play with it, the usual stuff, and tell me what you think. Smash like, bash subscribe, destroy the bell, and stay strong. We will see each other again, won't we? Bye.